Yes, Gasara is my name. I work as an assistant commissioner, inclusive and non-formal education. And I'm in that department called the Department of Special Needs and Inclusive Education, Ministry of Education and Sports. And at the ministry, of course, gender is a critical issue that we look at, and that's why we have even a gender unit, a fully fledged gender unit that is managing issues concerning gender. We have all the departments also looking and integrating gender issues in their day-to-day work, but at least we have a fully fledged gender unit, and we have a law. We have the gender in education policy, which is very fresh, and which we are even continuing to roll out, because some people have not yet known it, but we have already the gender in education policy already approved and being operationalized. So we start with the structure, which is in place. That is the gender unit. We have the team there who are actually like a cross-cutting. It's a cross-cutting kind of body, kind of unit, which is supposed to actually give technical advice to all other departments. So in many cases, when we are planning, we sit together and we ensure that whoever has planned, how have they touched that bit of gender? What they are talking about, the boys talking about the girls, how many are they, and what are they doing for each of these categories? So we are there. We have several tools, because like we have the policy, we call it a tool. We have some of those things, tools that we have put in place, especially for getting to know how many people are there, where are they, and we're looking at even the vulnerable groups, like even those girls with disabilities, those boys with disabilities. So we have some of those tools, assessment tools, that we use to make sure that we know these people where they are, and we have to find out what challenges they have. So we have several. We have the guidelines. We have the guidelines which are already in place. These are the I'm forgetting the name, how we have written it out, but we have guidelines on re-entry. These are the fresh ones now. Re-entry into school, especially for girls who have been pregnated. Yes, it's one tool that we have, which is big one, which I know it's causing a lot of controversy because it's with culture and society. But at least it's a tool that we have, which we are using. How are we guiding these girls who have been pregnated? How are they going to re-enter? What about those ones who are out of school because of any other reasons, not only pregnancy? They are also talked about. So we even have some other tools that going into the society, finding out what are they doing, who is doing what, looking at the VHTs, those are the voluntary teams, what are they doing? So those are, but at least the one I know very well, we have that tool of the back to school re-entry of the girls who have been defiled, who have been impregnated, who have had their babies. So first of all, we have we had many of these children, and especially girls. I'm talking very much on girls, though recently people were complaining that what about the boys? The boys are being left behind, but of course the affirmative action was like, can we have the girls also first of all uplifted? Many of them were out, but coming in to look at the gender equity, the achievement is at least there is increased enrollment. That is an achievement, because day by day we are having, and it is being clearly shown that some of these institutions, the girls are more than the boys, which was a rare case it was very rare during that time when we had kept quiet and we were like, oh, let them struggle. Those ones who manage to go through the system, let them go through. Those ones who do not manage, let them find something to do. So at least there is that increased enrollment, there is retention, because now there is a lot of sensitization. We have formed clubs in schools. We have formed those groups, peer groups, that these children sit and advise themselves. We have had these families, we call them the school families, whereby a cluster of children are put under one teacher for being able to mentor them, being able to sensitize them, and being able to really build their capacity, build their assertiveness. Some of these girls, some of these boys drop out of school just because they don't have somebody to talk to them. Sitting with them, talking to them, showing them the reality has made it sure that they come and they are able to stay at school. So that staying at school, that's where they get learning and they're able to achieve. But those days they would come, before they get challenges, no one who has talked to them, no one who has guided them, they end up dropping out of school. But now, at least there is that retention. And outside that retention, there is even reduced kind of corporal punishment, reduced dropout. Yeah, children are coming. And because there is that family that has been created, the members of that family in those schools, those groups of, it's our family, we are under teacher Sarah, we are under teacher. They find Sarah has not, or Margaret has not come this week. Can you find out why? She's a member of our family at school level. So getting out to see some of these fall up. Children are now starting to fall up themselves. To say, can we find out why Sarah has not come? Why Margaret has not come to school for these 2 days? So that one encourages, because even in the other one, if there was something that was going to take her away from education, she will know that my members are going to ask. My members are going to ask if I involve myself in such an act, and it's going to be a shame. I rather keep on. So you see that attitude, you see that kind of thing that is coming in. Mindset is changing, making sure that I am supposed to be there. I must achieve. When we sit with them, when they sit with their teachers, there is that emphasis. You must achieve. You must work hard. There are those issues along the way. They are going to ask you, they love you. Stand firm and say, here I am. What? Education first. First things first, and those will come. Let them come later. And you see, and another thing we have achieved is that even at school level, schools, the management committees, the councils, looking at budgeting things for things that are going to help these children be at school for a longer time. They would budget for issues like we are buying books, we are buying pens, we are buying chalk, and it ends there. But now there is something that we must budget for a friendly toilet, a friendly washroom. We must budget for water to be in the school, knowing very well we are going to have these children menstruating, and these children may drop out because she doesn't have where to change from. Can we have something that is going to help her, so that when she's in her periods, quickly she goes to change? So there is that bit of change of mindset that we need to go out of the box, to stop thinking about chalk, pen, desks, and whatever. Can we think about the water for refreshment? Can we think about a lesu, a small whatever? In this case, a girl finds herself by accidentally, blood goes through her dress and whatever. There's something where she's going to run into and cover herself. You find these schools are now budgeting for these lesus. They are budgeting for toilet paper. They're budgeting for pads, some of them. So to rescue them, some of them who accidentally find themselves that they are. So I think budgeting is an issue which has also come in. It's something we are achieving also. Actually people have done research, like we have, Makerere has done research on how these things have impacted. Then we have Wezo. They have done research to find out what impact, what has it transformed. So The impact is there because there is a performance, improved performance. These girls, you know, they would sit there, no one to talk to, no, but at least now we are seeing there is something raising gradually and steadily. Girls, you know, we are talking about many girls, not forgetting the boys, but girls, you know, they had many issues that made them actually not whatever. But now they are what? The performance is increasing. Even girls with disabilities, you know, it's one thing being a girl. The second thing is being a girl with disability. It has a lot of critical issues that sometimes we don't look at. The negative attitude, people looking at you and say, you also, why are you going? They remain behind. But at least now they are coming. When they find there is a community that is set to receive them, support them, and ensure that the people closing off looking at the disability, but looking at this girl as Sarah. And then you think, what can Sarah do? Yes, Sarah cannot climb there. How are we going to make it? So you find that even the others who were out are also coming. So girls with disabilities are also coming to school, and they are staying because there is something that is actually which is going to help them keep at school. So the impact there, change of attitude, people coming, staying together, and now people are getting to learn the potentials of the others whom they thought. People didn't know that even girls can excel in science. Girls with disabilities can also work better and also excel. They can come and hold a dialogue and talk brightly and whatever. They look at the disability, they don't look at the potential of that person, and yet they can do a lot that even other people cannot do, those with disabilities. So there is that change of attitude.
Wow.
Because they have seen the potential, and the potential has come because we have allowed the systems to open up, to let them come and let us watch, let us mentor. The challenges are also there because, first of all, the attitude. The monster is the attitude. That is the biggest monster everywhere. Attitude. There are those people who have refrained to come out of their boxes. They still think a woman is created for something. So there are some of those things that are created for a woman. A girl with a disability, that one is a curse. They should not come. And if there is a girl who is coming from a family which is talking ill about this girl with disability, saying once you sit with them, you know the disability may cross over to where? You may contract, you may acquire it. So, and when that girl comes and finds this girl who has some parents talking ill about disability, will tend to segregate her. Like I'll have an example with this where we were clustering children in Indira, and one of the disability goes, then the one who came out and said, me, I'm not going to be part of that group if they are bringing that girl with in a wheelchair in our group. Then the other friend asked, but why? That, don't you think that you may also get that Kisrani, that bad woman coming over to you and whatever. Me and my parents have told me that getting disability, it is a curse. So sometimes we have to avoid that. So you see, a child is coming with that mindset. So that's one thing. Then secondly, many systems are still closed. And you know, we have been traditionally thinking about put up a structure. We are getting teachers. If it is a toilet, that is the standard. And sometimes changing it, you must go, it must be by policy. That bureaucracy of changing. We are saying we are going to construct latrine, and that latrine should have an incinerator on it. But someone is saying, but that is expensive. It is not even in the construct whatever, and there is a lot of money that's going to be required. So you find that the systems have not yet are still closed. Some of them have not yet opened up to ensure that things that are going to pave way for equity to be realized are not yet being addressed. They need the funding. Of course, some of these things need the money. Some of them rightly, they refuse to put an incinerator because the money is not put there. They have gone with the traditional the design. The design has been that we construct, we only leave a bigger room for what? For girls where they will wash from, or girls with disabilities or children with disabilities where they will go and ease themselves and that's all. They forget that this girl is going to have a pad. Where are they going to? She's a girl, maybe she's going to crawl out of the wheelchair. Is she going to be holding whatever coming out with that pad to dispose that pad? So we are saying, can we have an incinerator attached to the latrine or to the toilet? But some of those, and the money is actually an issue. The funding is not actually, yeah. Then we have issues of capacity building, at school level to ensure that all these things have been rolled out. Not only at district level, even at ministerial level, we need to roll out some of these issues. No, we have not really managed to go to everyone to tell them that this is what we are saying. Teachers, you have to adjust your thinking. This is how you are going to help these girls. And the rollout should also go to the parents, because it also goes out to the parents. And even that society, the traditional things they have. We have on the way where those children are walking, coming to school, they go through so many obstacles. Where the girls, even if they are boys, even because they are boys who are trained by some women, where they are passing, coming. So there are those obstacles. How are we going to help them? Pave way, the route, the transit from home to school. Along the way, have we touched those people? Have we tried to bring them on board to know what we are talking about? To know that this girl, even if she's pregnant, she can go back. And how do we prevent? Because those people will help us also prevent the issues that can stop these children going to school, these girls going to school and being able to perform. So those are some of the challenges. Of course, poverty is there. Some people are poor. Some of these girls, some schools cannot manage. You find that even the home cannot manage to support this girl. So because of poverty, so it can also impact. My concluding remarks are that we need to work a lot. We need to do a lot of advocacy